an amazing holiday. Perfect. I can see you. I don't know how to do that. Anyway, let's start. Let's start. In honor of June, I'm floral all over. You won't be able to miss me. Good job. Right. Let's just start with our feet at a nice distance apart. Okay. Oh, there's a thing on the top of the computer now. Never mind, I'll ignore that. Stretch up to the ceiling. And straighten your arms, push the ceiling up. Perfect, perfect. And then take your arms out to the side. I was doing my tax returns. That's probably what's put the computer off doing anything, isn't it? Put me off doing everything as well. Push through the heels of your hands. Lovely. See if you can feel your shoulder blades pulling apart. And then just let your hands relax and sway to one side. There we go. Calming down voice. Perfect. Back to the center and sway to the other side. Lovely. As far as you can go. Really feel that stretch at your waist. Good job. Back to the center. And then twist all the way down to your toes. Whoops. Look over your shoulder. See how far you can go. Can you go that bit further? And then back round. And twist to the other side. Again, look over your shoulder. Push your arm behind you. Well done. And come back to the center. Bring your elbows tightly into your waist. Now really push those elbows into your waist. Bring your hands in front of you and they're going to be quite low. They're also in line with your waist. As you breathe out, move your hands away from each other. You can take more breaths. That's fine. Lots of deep breaths. And then back to the center. And again. Start with an out breath, but then lots of lovely deep breaths. Keep pushing those elbows into your waist, and the more you push your elbows into your waist, the more you can feel it in your shoulders. Perfect. I'm going to do it one last time. Okay, so keep squashing your waist, move your arms round. Well done. Back to the center and let your arms come down by your sides. Well done. Just take your shoulders all the way up to your ears and then push them down. Do that one more time. Shoulders up to your ears. Lovely. We're going to take them slightly back and push down. Feel your shoulder blades lowering down your back. Good job. Okay, let's move our feet slightly further apart. So you've got a really good base. Okay, and let one knee bend. Just feel your body going over towards that one knee. Back to the center. And the same on the other side. Let your knee bend. Feel your body weight going across over onto that leg. Back to the center. First leg. Body goes across. Bend your knee. Feel your thigh muscles working. Good job. Back to the center. Same on the other side. Let your knee bend. Those thigh muscles are working. Oh, Jan shifted all the way. And back to the center. And then both legs together. So the wider you can have your feet apart, the more balanced you're going to be. If you feel like you want to hold on to something, feel free. Okay, so out breath, just let those knees bend. In breath, come back. Oh, again. It's the Jin Jan. And again. So hold on if you want, or just have a wall or something handy. both knees, bending down. Perfect. So, to keep your center of balance, you want your head, hips to be in line with your heels. So they're not above your heels, are they? But you're keeping that straight back, and you've got a lot more balance than if you lean forwards. And again. Out breath as you go down, and in breath as you come back up. Perfect, well done. Bring those feet together and just come up on the toes of one foot, onto the toes of one foot. And change feet. Now, you can put both feet down and lift the other foot up. Or you could do a mid sort of float past changeover. It's up to you and how you feel today, because we've all been gardening like mad and we're all tired. Okay, keep it going. We're going to do the last one now. Down onto both feet and just lift as much of your foot up off the mat as you can. So toes come up quite easily. Push through your heel, but see if you can lift a bit more of that foot up. And then the other side. So you want to hold this for a bit longer so you can really think about pushing down into your heel, lifting your toes. Well done, well done. And then we're going to make our way to the ends of our mat. Stand up straight and tall. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, bring your chin to your chest and just rest your head. Rest your head down onto your chest. Let your arms relax. See if you can feel a little bit of a stretch in the back of your neck, maybe into your shoulder blades. Then on your next out breath, you're going to start to roll your shoulders over. Roll through the top of your back. Let your arms dangle. And then hinge at your hips. Hinge. Arms dangling. Legs straight. Down to your lowest point. That's it. Good job. And at your lowest point, we're going to bend our knees and come down onto hands and knees. Perfect, perfect, well done. So on hands and knees, thank you, Eliza. We're going to take one leg out to the side. So this leg is in line with your knee. Foot and knee are in line. Okay, and then just let your foot slide away from you a little bit, and then just sway backwards and forwards. Okay, keep swaying, keep going. That's better. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. One more time. And then tuck that leg back in. Go round to the other side. Take your leg out to the side. Slide it away. And then gently rock yourself backwards and forwards. Keep it nice and slow. You can go as far back and as far forward as is comfortable for you. Once more. That's it. And then tuck that knee back in. We're going to stretch our shoulders. So take your hands a good pace forwards. And then sit or lower your chest down towards the floor. You might find you're sitting back on your heels, but it's your chest towards the floor that you want to concentrate on. Straight arms, nice deep breaths. Hold it for a moment longer. And then push yourself back into the prayer. So you're pushing yourself down onto your heels. Arms out in front of you for a moment. But then you can move them. You can bring them down by your heels. You could have them under your head. Whichever is the most comfy for you. Just hold it there. Hold it there for a moment. Couple more deep breaths. And then when you're ready, push yourself up so you're sat into the center of your mat. Legs out in front of you. Good job. Oh. All right. This is the worst bit, Jan. It'll be over in a moment. Okay, we've no Jenny to complain today. We're going to start by putting our hands in line with our hips. You can rest your hands down. You can rest on your fists. If your wrists are feeling a bit delicate, you can rest up on your fists. If you're on your fists, be careful you don't sink your neck. You want a lovely long neck. All right. And then just lift up one leg. Hop it all the way over. You want to go over your toes. And the other leg. Up and over. I know, Jan, you're taking over where Janny left off. It's good for those legs. Right, it's going to hurt these thigh muscles, but it's not going to hurt. It's going to make them work. So, Charlotte's are working somewhere. Something's working. Give them a little rub or a shake in between. We're going to make them work harder. So we're going to move our hands. So instead of having them in line with your hips, have them in line with your thighs. So not too far down yet, just in line with your thighs. Okay, and do the same. John's giving it a go already. Up and over. You're trying not to move your torso backwards and forwards. So torso stays still. Leg comes up and over. Brilliant. It's all about the hips. So we're going to move our hands further down. All right. You want a curl in your back. So if you can lower your chin as well, that would be great. And do the same again. Up and over. And back. Oh, that's caught Jan's leg. Up and over. And back. Good job. We're now going to go as far, those muscles, but it's the movement in your hips. The further you can lay down onto your legs and still do it, the more mobility you can get in your hips. That's it, John. You just lift it up and over. Be fine. No one's watching. I don't think anyone else can see you. It's okay. All right. So last one. You're curled over as much as you can. And it's not your muscles that are having a hard time. It's your hips. That mobility in our hips. Whoa. Well done. Perfect. Perfect. Sit yourself up. And take your legs nice and wide apart. as wide as they'll go. Try and sit yourself up straight now. We're going to do the saw. So let your arms float out to the sides and take a deep breath in, straight back, head up. As you breathe out, twist and stretch. Opposite hand towards opposite foot. And as you breathe in, you unstretch, untwist. Take a moment here, relax your shoulders, push your chest forwards, lift your chin, ready to go again. And then it's an out breath, twist and stretch. And in breath as you come back to the center. Perfect. Now, lots of variations we can do. We can bring our legs in a lot further. And we could have our arms crossed over our chest. You could also sit yourself on a block. Oh, John's warmed up. He's had too much excitement today. All right, so you can sit on a block, legs close together, arms across your chest. With your arms across your chest, you're turning. Make sure you don't just turn your head. Feel that pull at your waist. So you're pushing your opposite shoulder forward. That's the one. That's perfect. And then coming down over your leg. Now, you don't have to come very far. If you can rest your hands on your leg, you can feel that pull in your waist. All right, so just rest down on your leg, feel that pull and come back up again. Twist round to the center. When you come back to the center, however your arms are, straighten your back, lift your chin, get room for your lungs to fill up. Oh, Jan. Out breath, twist and roll over your leg. So you're aiming to get your arms down onto your thigh. In breath, sit yourself up and back to the center. Now, if your legs are still hurting, you could cross them or bring them tight together. Okay, so just move those legs to where they're comfy. Otherwise, we're going to do two more. Out breath, twist and stretch. In breath, back to the center, sit up straight, drop your shoulders. Out breath, twist and stretch. In breath, back to the center, lift your chin. Once more each side. Out breath, twist, biggest stretch possible. In breath, back to the center. Same on the last leg. Drop your shoulders before you go. Out breath, twist and stretch. In breath, back to the center. Let your arms come down. Oh, blimey. It is hard. We don't like stretching and twisting. That's not something we would normally do. So let's cross our legs over if we can. If you can't, just keep them straight in front of you. Okay. Rest your arms down on your legs. You're not going to push, but if you rest sort of elbows, forearms down on your legs, you've got a little bit of weight to just gently push your knees towards the floor. Really, really gentle. So push is the wrong word. You're just weighting them. You've got gravity pulling them down. Perfect. Perfect. Put your hands on your knees and sit yourself up straight and tall. Lift your chin, push your chest forwards. See if you can grow up out of the small of your back. Straighten it up, grow up. Perfect. And then we're going to bring our chin to our chest. Hands down in front of your legs. So you've now got a lovely curl in your back. And you're going to creep your fingers forwards. lower your chest down towards the mat. Creep those fingers away. You're aiming to feel that really lower part of your spine stretching out. Then walk your hands back. Good job. Bring your knees up. On the side. Knees up together and feet up off the floor, and just balance. Just balance on your bottom. Okay. Just hold it there. That's it. Now, that's using a lot of core muscles, so if you want, you can just stay like that. If you can, let go of your knees and take your arms up towards the ceiling. And then hold those knees again. Well done. Perfect. Have another go. Arms up to the ceiling. And then back down. Well done, well done. A lot of core muscles involved. We're going to make them work again. So either hands up to the ceiling or legs out straight. And back. So it's up to you. Hands up to the ceiling or legs out straight. Good job. Speed is of the essence. Yep, we can do it as quickly or as slowly as we fancy. And for our last one, let's do both together. If you can. Hands up, legs out, good job. And cuddle back in. Feet down onto the floor. Well done. Stretch those legs out in front of you. Oh my gosh, I think I've broken Charlotte. And when you're ready, we're going to lay John's already there. We're going to lay all the way down onto our mats. Nice and slowly. Head, neck and shoulders comfy. That's it. Perfect. Well, oh Jan, that was the worst one I've seen you do for months. Right, when she's recovering from a broken skull, we're going to make our head, neck and shoulders really comfy. Cushions, blocks, whatever you like behind your head. You can have something behind your hips as well, if you require it. So pop it there now. And then let your legs float up to tabletop, one at a time. Perfect. Neutral spine. Shoulders relaxed. You could beat your arms, or you can just lay them still wherever they're comfy. And you can lay your arms wherever you want. Take a deep breath in. Eliza's already on 50, but as you breathe out, start your slow count to 100. As you're counting, you've got a lovely relaxed neck and shoulders. Your back is in neutral. Knees are above your hips and your calves are parallel to the mat. You may like to straighten your legs up towards the ceiling and lower them slightly towards the floor, if you want to. You don't have to. Whenever you move your legs, you can just keep counting, but you might not want to hold them there for, say, a count of 10 or 20. You might want to hold them there for a count of 2. You might just even forget to count where your legs are and just keep counting. And you can bring them back to tabletop. Bearing in mind we've had a week off as well, if you feel like it today, you could rest your feet down onto the mat. and just take a break. Remember to take a really good break before you bring your legs back up to tabletop. Okay. Slow, deep breathing. Nice slow counting. You can wiggle your feet around. Move at the ankles. Okay. Or stretch up. Lower those straight legs down towards the mat and hold them there. You're going to hold those legs there for a short time, for a long time. So you might just be a bit restless in tabletop. Straighten your legs up, lower them down and take them straight back to tabletop. Wherever your legs are, you don't want your back to arch. So that's your main consideration, is your back. You could slide your hands underneath your hips just to give them that little extra tilt to hold them there. You can even do that if you've got a block underneath your hips. You can put your hands on top of the block. Just gives you a little extra tilt. We're slowly and carefully counting to 100. But when you've got to your 100, just hug your knees in towards your chest and gently, gently rock from side to side. Okay, nice slow counting. But when you have finished, hug those knees in towards you and gently rock from side to side. Perfect. Don't rush to finish. Make sure your back doesn't arch. Keep your breathing slow. Good job. That's it. Well done. And then on your out breath, rock to one side. And on your in breath, come back to the center. Slow it down. Excuse me. Out breath as you go to one side. And in breath as you come back to the center. Once more each way. Take your head with you. Out breath as you go to one side. In breath as you come back to the center. Out breath as you rock to the other side. And in breath back to the middle. Hug those knees in tight. And then let your feet come down onto the floor. You've got your knees up to the ceiling. Bring your feet close to your hips. Then put the soles of your feet together and let your knees just fall out to the sides. And let those hips stretch. If you wanted to, you could give them a slight push with your hands, but gravity's doing a good job, so you can just let your knees flop down without pushing them. Take a couple of deep breaths. Brilliant. Slow your breathing down. Bring your knees back up to the top. Make a gap between your feet and bring your feet close to your hips. Take away everything that's behind your back or your head and rest your arms down by your sides. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, push the small of your back hard into the mat. Feel your bottom lifting up off the mat. Really push down into the small of your back. Belly button push towards your spine. If you hold it there long enough, you feel your core muscles all tensing up. And then on your next out breath, start to lift your bottom up off the mat. Try and keep that C shape, that tilted pelvis, for as long as you can, As you lift your hips up towards the ceiling, you're moving up through your spine, hips towards the ceiling, until you're balanced on your shoulder blades and your feet. Hold it there for a couple of breaths. That's the top of your bridge. You've got a straight spine. You should feel the weight through the whole of your foot as if you're centered on those feet, toes and heels, and on your shoulder blades. On your next in-breath, tilt your pelvis. Okay, so really tilt that pelvis. You're curling, you're pushing down through your belly button. You've created a C shape, and you can slowly and carefully lower yourself down towards the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Try and get the small of your back down before you let your hips straighten out, your bottom come down onto the mat. Come down to a lovely neutral spine position. And then on your next out breath, you'll go again. Pelvic tilt first. And as you do that, you feel your thighs start to work. So you know you're in the right shape. If you can keep this tilted shape as you float up into your bridge, those thighs really start to work. The greater you can get that tilted pelvis, the harder your thighs are working. And you'll notice they stop working sort of 3/4 of the way up as you're straightening out your back. The muscles in your thighs start to relax. And when you're in the top of your bridge, it's your weight through your feet you should feel most, and your weight balanced onto your shoulder blades. On your in-breath, you're going to start your return journey. And it's that pelvic tilt that you exaggerate first. Thighs start to work. And then you can slowly and carefully come down onto the mat. Brilliant. All the way down. And straighten out. Good job. Just pause now. Relax for a moment. Okay, we're going to move our feet so our feet are together. So your feet are more into a central position and they're touching each other. And then just one leg, straighten it out so your knees are still together. Your foot's going to be up towards the ceiling. Well, not totally ceiling, but your knees are touching. They're together. Okay, one-legged shoulder bridge. So exactly the same. Push the small of your back down, tilt your pelvis. The only difference is the balance. Your balance is going to be very different as you float those hips up. You might not get as high. You might only get a tiny way off the floor. You don't want to let this leg free fly. It's got to be knees stuck together. If it's going straight up to the ceiling, you're going to get a very different result. Okay, and then back down. Slowly and carefully. Can you feel all around the top of your thigh working? Straighten out. Bring that knee back down. Straighten the other leg. Okay, and when you're ready, shoulder bridge shapes again. Push the small of your back down into the mat. Tilt your pelvis and then float up, keep those hips up. Both hips need to be square and then back down. Good job, well done. Well done. A very different feeling, and you need to keep your hips square. You can't have one hip coming down towards the mat, they need to be level. Perfect. Straighten out your legs. Take your arms up over your head and stretch. Stretch those arms out. Backs of your hands towards the floor, elbows as straight as they'll go, and let gravity pull your arms down towards the floor. Perfect. Take them up towards the ceiling and pull your shoulder blades up off the floor. Pull them up. Hold it there for a moment. And then take your arms wide out to the sides. Okay. Bend your elbows, so now your hands just above your head really. Your elbows are in line with your shoulders. And the first thing we're going to do is just let our hands come up towards the ceiling, pivot over your elbows, and then down towards the mat or onto the mat, keeping that 90-degree bend at your elbow, and then back up again. That's right. Well done. And then the second thing we're going to do is, keeping our arms in this L shape, is pick them up. Float your elbows up over your head until your arms meet. So they meet together over your head and then they go back out onto the floor. Well done. We'll do it once more for each one. So we're doing a rotation, hands up to the ceiling and just swivel over your, that's it, that's it. You were right on both counts, I think, Charlotte. And back up. And then the whole of your arm floats up. Keep that at 90-degree bend and let your elbows and then your forearms meet over your head and then back down onto the mat. Perfect. Straighten your arms out, let them relax. If it's more relaxed to have them down by your sides, that's fine. Have them wherever you're comfy. And we're going to point our feet. Point at the ankles. Curl your toes over. And then flex through your ankles. Push your heels away and then bring your toes towards you. So everything's flexed. We've done a curl of everything and now we're stretching everything out. You can let your toes relax but keep your feet flexed and push down through one hip. So that gap between hip and ribs becomes bigger. And then relatively quickly change to the other side. And keep it going, making one leg longer and then the other leg. It's quite a small movement, but you should feel that stretch right down into the small of your back. Those muscles around your spine giving a good stretch. Perfect. And even up. Well done. Well done. When you're ready, we're going to pop a ball underneath our hips, but also grab your band. If you don't want to be on a ball, you could be flat on the floor, but maybe just to give your pelvis a little tilt, you could be on a block. Okay? Have one foot on the floor, pop your band around the other foot and stretch your leg straight up to the ceiling. It's not a tight band, it's fairly loose, but it's just going to give you enough support to keep that leg really straight. So you want, wherever you're starting, a lovely straight leg. Push your knee, get that leg straight, and then gently pull on the band to pull it to, so not as if it's a stretch, you're going to start your circles in this position. So just pull your leg forward as much as it will go. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, keeping your leg perfectly straight, draw the first half of your circle. And then as you breathe in, keeping that leg lovely and straight, draw the second half. You've got that tiny little extension at the top before you breathe out and go the other way around. First half of your circle, second half of your circle. Good job. Okay, keep it going. These circles can be as big or as small as you like. Remember to do them across and away from your body as much as you do them out to the sides. No, up and down. Got that completely wrong, never mind. So out to the sides, especially across your body. You're wanting to make sure it goes that way. We're changing direction at the top, but still 2 breaths per circle. Now this other leg, if you want, you could straighten it out and float it above the mat. You could straighten it out and just let your ankle rest down onto the mat. Up to you. But if you want to get it out of the way, just straighten it away from you. Then you've got more scope to make your circle bigger, go across your body further. Still an out breath for the first half, in breath for the second half. Good job. Now, this ball, you want to keep that completely still. You don't want to be wobbling from side to side. And the more you take your leg across your body, the more you're going to want to wobble on that ball. So just keep it still. If you're on a block, you're going to be very mindful of your hips, that they're staying level, as if you've got a tray balanced across your hips with lots of drinks, and that tray is going to remain completely still. So we've got lovely circles. It doesn't matter about the size, but if you had a central point, you're drawing a completely beautiful circle around that point. You're going top to bottom and then side to side, the same distance. Good job. Last one on this leg. And we're going to pop both legs up into the band. Hold that band a little bit tighter now and really push those legs straight. So use the band as resistance, push your legs straight, and then gently bring your legs towards you. Now, you can keep pushing with your knees, pulling on the band, but there'll become a point when your knees want to bend and you just can't get them straight. That's where your stretch is. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Well done. And then let those legs come back up. Loosen your band off. Leave one leg up and put the other foot onto the floor. And again, straighten your leg as straight as it will go. Gently pull it towards you to make the top of your circle straight leg still. And out breath as you draw the first half of your circle. In breath as you draw the second half. Change direction at the top and go again. Keep it going. So if your leg bends at the top of your circle, as soon as you start moving away, you straighten it. And then instead of thinking about the circle, you think about keeping your legs straight. It will warm up and stretch a little bit at the top, but don't hope for miracles. If your hamstrings are tight, it's never going to straighten at the top, but you can just help it. Okay, so if it's bent at the top here, as soon as it goes away, you push it straight. Keep pushing, keep pushing. All right, good job. And then again, you could float your bent leg away from you. That means you've just got that bit more room to do your circles. We're still doing a circle one way, changing direction at the top and going round the other way. Watch your backs as well, keep them nice and straight. Little extension at the top of your circle. And if that makes your knee bend as soon as you push away. So you're really relaxing your legs straight. And you've got the pressure taken off because you've got the band. So you can really concentrate not on the strength of the exercise, but the stretch of the exercise. Good job. That's amazing. That's amazing. There we go. So it's an out breath for the first half, in breath for the second half, and your next one is going to be your last. That's it. Perfect. Back to the top, and then just hug your knees in towards your chest. Let your bands come down onto the floor. Get rid of those bands. Hug your knees in tight. Lovely. And then put your arms down onto the floor wherever you want. Let your legs come up into tabletop. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, lower one bent leg down towards the mat. And as you breathe in, bring it back up to tabletop, other side. Out breath as you lower down, foot towards the mat, and in breath as you come back up. So we're being really slow. It's almost as if you're in slow motion. If you find your breath doesn't quite reach the whole way, or you can go further but you've got no more breath left, add in a second breath. So you could find that you're breathing out and in as you go down. As long as you keep those breaths really slow and steady. If you want to make the exercise bigger, just add in that extra breath. Perfect. Perfect. Now, the slower you can make your legs, the harder they're going to work, and those thighs will be telling you. Back stays still, don't let your backs arch. Try and keep your upper body relaxed across your chest, across your shoulders and your arms. We're going to do 2 more on each leg. Nice and slow. Don't rush it. Especially that return journey as you pick your foot up, coming back up to tabletop. Try and keep that equally as slow. Out breath as you go down. In breath as you come back up. Last one coming up. Out breath as you go down. In breath as you come back up. And hug those knees in towards your chest. Let's hold on to our toes, insteps, ankles, whatever you can reach. Take your feet up towards the ceiling. Pull down on your feet and tuck your knees into your armpits. So into a happy baby shape. And to stretch, push or pull your feet away from each other. Can you feel that around your pelvis, into your hips? Hold it there. Just hold it there for a moment. And then let your feet come back in together. Soles of your feet touch, hold on to your ankles, put your elbows onto your knees. Be careful, Charlotte. Just don't do it. No. And then pull your feet towards you. We've already stretched our knees, so as a bonus, you can put your elbows on your knees, push your knees away. Well done. Then let go. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And then carefully bring your feet down onto the floor, one at a time. Well done. Take that ball away from behind you. And when you're ready, roll over onto your tummies. Perfect. So we're going to stretch our legs. So put your arms where they're comfy. Now, if they're comfy, just lay down by your sides. That's absolutely fine. You could also pop a pillow or something under your head if you wanted to. You don't have to have your head looking directly at the mat. Just upper body nice and comfy. Good job. Bend both legs at the knees and bring your knees really close together. Cross your ankles over and push one heel towards your hips. You could go toe to heel to increase that stretch. And just gently push heel to hips. One side. And then relax, do the same on the other side. Gently push heel to hips. Push your hips forward towards the mat. Keep your knees close together. Try and feel a little stretch in your thigh. And then relax. Stretch those legs out long. Tuck your toes under and see if you can lift your knees up and stretch your calves a little bit. So the more you can tuck your toes under, the better that stretch is on your calves. And then relax. Let your legs relax. Bring your arms down by your sides. Rest your forehead on a block or your nose straight down onto the mat. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, lift your upper body as if lifting by your shoulder blades. And then as you breathe in, you're going back down. Hold those core muscles in tight. Out breath as you lift. In breath as you go back down. So core muscles held in tight. Try and relax your bottom. You don't want those muscles in your bottom to help you. They need to be relaxed. Legs relaxed. Feet stay on the floor. It's not about the height of that lift. It's about using the right muscles. Okay, so it can be the tiniest lift, but bring it from your shoulder blades. Try and relax from the waist down. So the first sign that something has gone wrong would be your feet lifting up off the floor. We're going to do just one more. Relax down. And then very carefully and slowly push yourself up so that you're on hands and knees. And cat stretch. Don't rush, take it slowly. Arch your back, let your head drop down. And then then let your back dip. Lift your head up. Look at the wall in front of you. So out breath, let your back arch and your head drop. And then in breath, tummy towards the mat, head up in front of you. Perfect. Come back to a flat back, tuck your toes under. When you're ready, slowly and carefully push up into your downward dog. Push away with the heels of your hands. Make your legs straight. Hold it there. Hold it there for a moment. And then when you're ready, walk your hands towards your feet. Feet towards your hands, doesn't matter, whichever works for you. End up dangle down. Straight legs if you can. Dangle down towards the floor. And then when you're ready, really slowly and carefully unwind. Coming up to standing, head up last. Perfect, perfect. Center through those feet so you can feel your toes, the sides of your foot and your heel. One last big stretch up to the ceiling. Push the ceiling up, straighten those arms. And then push the walls away. Straighten those elbows, flex your hands, flex your wrists. And then push down with your hands. Let your arms relax. Take your shoulders up to your ears. Move them slightly back. Run your shoulder blades down your back. Lift your chin. Take a deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, give yourself a good shake. And you're ready for your day, for your week. Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care. Have the best week.